confident that if the Kassadin gets picked up, that you will be able to manhandle him. And it does look like that KT.RY is not going to pay attention on the mid lane, but rather focus their ban on the top side, which is, to me, a very good sign, because the only Baron laner that can really survive an all-in on the top side is the Jax. And hey, you know what? Luna has decided, hey, coach, I don't want to face the Kassadin.
Yeah, and right now, Team Flash could just ban away another bot laner. Kaisa has been one of Acrobat's pickup, and even Ezreal as well. Team Flash could pivot themselves into banning one of these two champions.
Ezreal makes a lot of sense, especially looking at the composition that they have. Self-sustaining, does have Arcane Shift, if in case that he needs to get away from all this all-ins coming from Team Flash. But they want aggression, they want early game damage, and that's what Varus provides.
Yeah, and it's huge utility as well coming into those team fights.
Very good!
But Yasuo locks in for Team Flash.
You look at the composition here by Team Flash, it feels like a checkmate, right? Like a Yasuo to counter the Varus, counter potentially the Vladimir. With just one pick, Team Flash is feeling good. They should feel good with their draft overall.
Yeah, 100%, right? Because there's also a lot of perspectives that the Yasuo could set up those plays, right? With the Ornn, Call of the Forge God, but the knock-up, you also have Vi. So there's so much potential. Now, KT.RY picking up the Olaf is one of the first few Olafs that we've seen all throughout Season 2, if not the first.
Yeah, I'll check my records and see if Olaf was ever picked before. Nope! It's the debut of the Viking. Olaf gets picked by KT.RY. This is what we call the forgotten champion, right? There was an era, there was a time in where Olaf was a very hotly contested pick. But here, KT.RY is saying, sure, you can go ahead and pick all those knock-up champions for your Yasuo, but we can cancel them, counter them with one click of a button, and that's the Ragnarok of Olaf.
And I love this because the Olaf negates all the CCs that you mentioned, but on top of that, it gives an entry point for the Galio to access the back lines.
Exactly. Very early game, damage centric as well. Allows for your late game Vladimir to scale up properly. But we'll have... Is that... Wait, hang on. I really get confused a lot whenever Team Flash plays. Because it feels like an ARAM game. What do you want to play? Do you want to play top side? Do you want to play bot lane, right? Like Q3, it's his second time in a row that he will be playing in the Baron lane. So Q then will be the one playing the marksman. Oh no.
368, nice bolt breaker. Force out the flash though, so good summoner spell burned coming from KT.RY.
They need to respect it. Undertow, whenever it hits, it basically means that you cannot run away. And so Team Flash, good decision overall to burn the flash in exchange for a potential first blood. Then again, we have to look into this matchup in the mid lane. How confident Yonti will be to face against Luna's Vladimir. Exhausted.
Now goes in for the all-in. Yonti will be able to bring down the HP of Luna into half.
Yeah, and so far has been the self-sustaining Yasuos that we've been seeing a lot. Zero, by the way, for some reason is the primary focus of our stat. Zero picked the Galio and basically did a lot of rights earlier in game number 2. Wait, shouldn't we show some stats for Team Flash because they were the one who won in game 2?
We should have, but nevertheless,
question mark. Yeah, just show some question mark, dude. Pengu. For our viewers, but yeah, dude. Let's move on.
Yeah. Coming into the bot side though, you've mentioned a little bit more towards that early game pressure coming from Acrobat. Do you think when's the moment for pivot there for Team Flash?
I reckon that the last pick should be the AD carry, if anything, because it kind of allowed for them to telegraph that it will be a marksman plus Vladimir combination. So rather than focusing the Vladimir as their 4th pick, I reckon they could concentrate on the jungler as their 4th pick. But Zero
Justice Punch along with Flash, and Daw just came in perfectly. Now 368 with a wall breaker onto Zero. Could be the sacrificial lamb, and Zero can't do nothing as he have used the flash a while ago already. It's a 1-for-1.
Yep, Zero with the presence of mind to make sure that all his teammates will be a-okay. And again, what a flashy engage coming from Zero. Presence of mind again to make sure that Daw and Acrobat will be super safe, because had it been that Acrobat and Daw was still in the vicinity of 368 could just cast his ultimate, and that could have been a 2-for-2, but in the end it's a 2-for-1 in favor of KT.RY.
Yeah, KT.RY was able to go in for that double kill into the bottom lane. Actually really interesting, right? Just the sponge goes in for the flash into the backside, connect onto the Xayah. Really cool stuff there for KT.RY, especially the Zero's performance coming in from game number 2. We saw the statistics, right? But the last breath connects onto Luna. You have Daw, information being provided onto Yonti as he have seen him, has to force a retreat.
Chemo Plague. Very good skill to have as a Vladimir. Lots of sustain as well, especially knowing that you won't be investing anti-heal at this point of the game.
Corruption goes in. Kuden is very low. Call to Forge God can't do nothing. And Zero just used the hero's entrance into the backside as well for extra sustainability and the extra defensive capability onto Daw. And now 368 wants to go through into the back as well. Cease and desist onto Acrobat and hold for that trade back. Now brings it down to a 2v1. 368 is in danger, and that will be a 3-for-1 trade.
Not the best trade for Team Flash. And again, KT.RY should be happy with all the engages that they were able to do. Dawn, this Olaf just has cemented the early game lead for KT.RY, using the Ragnarok to get himself free from all the crowd control. And you are seeing 368 with just one mission. He wants to go in and kill Acrobat, but no, you don't do that. You invest your flash, you invest your ult, but you have to face against a very fat Olaf. And you know, one would say that Olaf is one of the scariest early game champions in the game, just because of the value of the Undertow and Vicious Strikes, 2 damage, getting to ravage you and your tiny bit of health bar. Just overall, a lot of positives for KT.RY.
Yeah, and micro-macro plays thus far for the side of KT.RY was impeccable, right? When they went in for the engage a while ago, it was Kuden who was still level 4, so there was no escape. There was no Featherstorm to be able for him to be able to escape. And I think overall, KT.RY time and time again has been showing how they're able to use the map, how they are able to use these levels to their advantage.
And so far, it's been the Acrobat show. 100% kill participation with a record of 3 kills, 2 assists, and only 1 death. That 1 death was that over-commitment by 368.
Zero once again, just a sponge along with the flash, forces out the Featherstorm as well. But the Chain of Corruption couldn't stay in place. We'll miss it out.
Luna.
Infernal Drake already going through. Tides of Blood going in. But Team Flash will still secure the Infernal Drake. But that will be 368 as a trade back for Zero. And now you have 2 members in danger here. That is Yonti and Chicky stuck into the riverside. Going into the back as well. That is Daw. Going for the smite. Slows down Yonti. And Yonti has to force out the flash. But they will still come through with 1 HP left. Daw will be able to escape that, but Yonti's down low as well with Shelly coming into the mid lane. That will be Tower for his blood for KT.RY.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 in terms of objectives, and Daw. Interesting. So his Undertow was definitely underleveled. I expected more damage coming from the axis that Olaf was throwing into the direction of Team Flash. And luckily for Team Flash, they have lots of flashes to burn. We look into that replay again. Again, they have one thing in mind. They want to contest this dragon. They won't be able to steal it, but it's all about waiting for Daw to join the picture. And in the end, KT.RY might not be able to steal the objective, but they were able to get a lot of kills.
Yeah, and they were able to really just pour out the summoner spells as well, coming for the side of Team Flash. Overall, good value being created by the side of KT.RY, and having these possibility for acceleration of their power spike.
Zero, another engage, possibly.
Chillerand taunts onto the jungler. 368 is in danger. Ragnarok already forced out, but They are on a member disadvantage here. And
Hero's entrance
already used, but last one cancels it into the back. Chains of Corruption will not connect as well. Now every single one from Team Flash comes into fray, and KT.RY is on the bitter end, and T3 will just cut them out, and KT.RY lost his 2 members.
KT.RY had no business to stay in between towers. Now Team Flash does have the momentum. They want this tower in the bot lane.
And now Zero goes in for the shelter and connects onto Gwen as well. But the double man root, Acrobat is in danger, forcing out a stasis engine. But that will be the end of his life. Team Flash secures 2 more kills.
That's 4 kills that Team Flash was able to get in just a span of 1 minute. A very good turnaround. A play that was badly needed by Team Flash to stay alive in this series. And they will be able to translate more victories to their side. Actually, check that. Daw was able to defend the tower in the bot lane. So, yeah, sure, Team Flash was able to get a lot of kills, but no objective wins as of yet.
And so far, KT.RY is still sustaining the 2K goal lead out from these game number 2. And that's just Team Flash, who still needs to keep themselves back into an even level playing field here up against KT.RY.
T3, 3-0-1. He was the MVP of game number 2. And on the Gwen, he can go for an encore. He can go for a repeat MVP performance. You'll love to see the confidence coming in from the Baron laner of Team Flash.
Yeah, and T3 thus far has been performing out of our minds. Now 268 goes into the bot side. That is Luna up against T3 and 368, but cannot go in for the full engage. But Zero coming into this fight as well will bring it down to a 2v2. But Luna cease and desist. The CC coming from 368 will be able to secure that kill. T3 will be able to come in under the turret, back to safety. 368 coming back, but Chance of Corruption holds him down, and going to the backside, that will be Daw trying to chase him down with a Ragnarok. But Qden coming into fray as well pushes KT.RY back.
It was super scary for Team Flash, but they were able to turn things around. In the end, it was a 1-for-1. That's fine, because Team Flash was able to get some plays on the other side of the map. You look at them. They went over to the mid lane. Never mind. No tower still for Team Flash. It does feel that whatever they do to counter out the aggression of KT.RY, they're behind in tempo and they cannot take down a tower as of yet. 9 minutes and 30. All towers of KT.RY still alive.
Yeah, this is the macro prowess of KT.RY, right? You have seen this coming from game number 1. They were consistently looking in for these macro plays and getting value from those.
368. Possibly another engage, but they want the dragon for sure.
And now Daw, the sweeping lens, will be able to detect Shiki onto that bush. And now Call to Forge God already used up. The knockup is there, coming onto Daw as well, forcing out the Ragnarok, and now Stasis Enchant coming from Yanti as well. Denied a possible death coming in from Daw. And still, no casualties for both sides.
Yeah, and you look at Team Flash, they're already 5-man strong onto this dragon. No contest coming in from KT.RY. No Baron to go for a trade. And so they will settle for a blue buff. They know that they have already expended all the ultimates that will be needed to win a team fight against Team Flash. And so KT.RY will go for the tower on the top side instead.
And the thing is, we're running it back. This is what we've seen coming from Team Flash from game number 2. They got 2 dragons already. If they secure the soul, this will be a much harder time once again for KT.RY.
Yeah, in game number 2, it was the Infernal Soul. In game number 3, it is, again, the Infernal Soul open for the taking for Team Flash. And KT.RY, yeah, one will say that they had the advantage, but it's slowly starting to crumble down. If Team Flash will be able to secure the 3rd dragon, that's a very good equalizer. And I dare say it, right? Like, if they secure it, they will definitely be in the lead.
Yeah, 100%. And now Zero looks into the backside. That is just his plunge. Chains of Corruption connects onto Yanti. Has to burn the flash though. And now the Rattel follows up with Exec Ultimatum. And Yanti is deleted. Now 368 being chased down by Daw. But we'll go back. Luna follows up. Tides of Blood along with the ultimate brings him down. And now that will be Qden and Shiki. Forced to retreat onto the top side. T3 goes into the right flank. Luna is getting erased force out a Sanguine pull, but Daw is also low HP. And T3 down low with a piercing arrow from Acrobat. This could be the turnaround that Luna is hoping for. Zero goes for the Justice Sponge with a flash, gets information, and that will be the finishing blow that Team Flash will be able to secure the kill onto T3.
Luna had the perfect angle to really outplay T3, but it started to really feel so scary for KT.RY. T3 starting to become the monster Gwen that we are accustomed in seeing. And although the KT.RY was able to win that team fight, I cannot feel confident for KT.RY.
100%. Any of these two teams could still win game number 3. Baron Nashor is now up. And Team Flash has information with a Rift Scuttler. Both teams has wards as well. Information will be the name of the game rather, moving forward.
This is the closest that Team Flash has been in winning a series. This is what happens when you basically get that momentum breaker, momentum shifter. That first win in the tournament definitely is making Team Flash super positive into their play. Feeling super confident right now against KT.RY.
And the thing is, KT.RY, we have mentioned this already, they are one of the best teams currently in APAC Conference, just behind the Now Esports. If Team Flash secures the series, that is a statement
that's a
to make.
very good opposite. Early. Now Shiki goes for the call of the forward guard, misses wide. It's not yet over. Acrobat, by the way, not hesitating to go for the flash play. And that's, you know, the sign that KT.RY still is the aggressor. But again, so far, you look at the composition here by TF. They do have a very good late game champion in the Gwen Yasuo and the Zaya. They will definitely outscale KT.RY.
Into the bottom lane, Hero's entrance is there, denied, but it stays his entrance, but Chiller Durant cuts him out, and that will be KT.RY securing T3.
They're so late. What happened to Team Flash's macro, right? Like, you look at that play. Zero vision on towards the jungle, or on towards their own jungle, allowed for this to happen. Like, these are basically 3 members that KT.RY sent over to the bot lane. And now KT.RY is using the man advantage to start the Baron.
Baron Nashor being started by KT.RY. Yonti into the backside having the
dead.
1v1. But the Forge Guard goes in for the stun. A knock up onto 3. And that will be the end of KT.RY. As Kuden looks to chase down Luna. As the red buff will take him down. And Team Flash, one by one, has succeeded when it comes to this position. Right now with the Feather Storm actually being used. Ratel has to retreat now. Zero gonna delete it with a red buff. Team Flash overall will be able to get that 3-for-3 trade. 3-for-2.
Wait. Is the dragon alive? That's the soul! Oh no! KT.RY in shambles right now. Trying their best to resist the soul to join Team Flash. No jungler both sides.
Ratel, he is here. Goes in for the face check, gets information. Luna comes in to fray as well. But this is a 2v3. Mountain Drake actually secured by Team Flash already. The soul has been towards the side of Team Flash. Daw a little bit too late, and that will be the end of it. Team Flash securing their third Drake in the game.
With Team Flash securing the Infernal Soul, it's starting to become darker and darker. For KT.RY, sure, they can go for the Baron. And that will be the best play imaginable here. But the jungler is still alive. Going for a dead bush. Chains of Corruption misses.
If that tornado coming in from Yonti connected, that will be a 5-man last breath. Right now, Ratel goes in for the Hexic Ultimatum onto Shiki. Heroes Entrance to follow through. That will be the Orn deleted out from this map. And Team Flash lost their support here. KT.RY has the numbers advantage.
No more engage possible for Team Flash except for the season desist. But T3 TP coming in. That's Kuden.
That will be Kuden coming to fray 4v5. Still having huge potentials for Team Flash to turn this around. They will look another value into the mid lane.
Oh, 368 other vision. Baron.
Now being stopped by Zero, zoning them away. Who will get the Baron? The wall by Team Flash. T3 secures it. And KT.RY once again on the back foot. They needed the Baron.
And that's it! Team Flash can just push down the mid lane with the Soul available and the Baron buff. It's so hard for KT.RY to stop them!
Team Flash is now looking to end this game. Acrobat and Rattel, the only ones left to defend their mid lane, but Team Flash is unwavering! Inhibitor falls down into the mid lane. Rattel and Acrobat still holding true to the fence. He sends assist into the backside. Yonti falls up with the last breath, but the Nexus is falling! Team Flash wins again! KT.RY!
Their first series win came against one of the powerhouses of APAC, KT.RY.